how's it going? So we just got back from the Grand Garden Show and I came home all inspired and ready to change things up. A few of my summer planters were looking just a little bit tired and I'm ready for fall stuff anyway, so I'm putting together what I think is a really pretty fall arrangement using just foliage plants. And you can kind of file this one away under experimental planting. It's not like a true full-blown fall planter because I'm using some of these new caladiums, which aren't really a huge fan of colder temperatures. So I don't expect these to carry me through the whole season, but I'm trying these out. We just did a video recently showing you some of these new heart-to-heart caladiums that Proven Winners is coming out with next year. This one's called Scarlet Flame. So I thought it would be gorgeous to use in these containers and just see how they do. This one can take either sun or shade, which is a huge new amazing development with caladiums because typically they were just shade loving plants, and that's, you know, the only place you could really put them. So I have them everywhere in my garden right now. I have just been popping them in planters, window boxes, in the ground, in different light situations because I want to push them. I want to see how far they'll go and how good they look under all those situations. So I've kind of laid this container out right here to show you what I'm kind of planning here. I've got a juniper topiary spiral in the center, which they've done really well in this spot. In fact, this whole area, yesterday I came through and just did some like maintenance and cleaning up, and it's feeling a lot better and fresh to go into fall. So the first thing I'm going to do here is add in my slow release fertilizer, which I've got here. It's still warm enough. This is heat activated to use this, and this feeds the plant roots for about 6 to 8 weeks. I will still be watering this every week with water soluble fertilizer as well, and that will help with the performance of the plants. But this, you can see, I do have set up on drip. There are 3, I believe, let me pull them up, I should probably check. 3 half-gallon per hour emitters in here, kind of spaced out in thirds so that it can saturate the soil evenly. I'm gonna work in the fertilizer just a little bit, and then I'm gonna start packing some plants in. And I am using a lot, which is kind of par for the course with me, but you can get away with it in spring and fall more than you can in the summer because we don't expect near the amount of growth out of plants when it starts to cool down. So I'm going to use, hey Russell, I'm going to use 4 of these caladiums in here. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and, I'll just go ahead and plant them real quick. Russell's going to join us this morning. He was so excited when we got home. And Cheddar's around here somewhere. I saw him earlier. Look at that. Look how pretty that is just by itself. I mean, just imagine putting this whole, like planting this whole container up just with these caladiums. I think that would be really pretty. Hey, what are you doing? You climbing? Oh my. He's a wild man. Okay, the next plants I'm going to use are these ornamental cabbage right here. These are called Osaka Red, and this is what I think will help take us into fall. I'm going to put these kind of between the caladiums and back a little ways. Now, this pot isn't very root bound because I just planted these up fresh this spring. So, you know, this juniper hasn't put on enormous growth yet, so it's still fairly easy to dig holes. And I'm hoping that these will have enough time to put on some pretty good growth so that when it comes time to remove my caladium bulbs, once it gets colder, these will be big enough to kind of take up some of that space so we don't have huge gaps. And you know, on our video where I was talking about the caladiums and talking about how they're adaptable as a house plant, you can take them inside, they actually are fairly easy to store. So we will do a video later on how to dig them up and store them for the winter so that you can plant them again next spring. For those of us who live in a colder climate anyway. Okay, so now I have chosen a random assortment of foliage trailing plants to put in here. First one is Glacier Ivy. I love these little 2 1/4 inch size root balls. They're so easy to tuck in, and I'm gonna put all of the plants right in front of the cabbage. This one is a wire vine, which is also good as a house plant. And this one's kind of root bound. Look at this. The roots are coming out of the bottom of the can. I'm just going to rip those off. There we go. This one is called Gold Child Ivy. So it's a yellow variegated, while the Glacier is white variegated. And you know, if you wanted to put together a fall container that had the same look with something other than a caladium that has that red foliage, You could do a heuchera, you could do more ornamental cabbage, and both of those things will last longer in a container for fall. Then we've got an asparagus fern right here. This one's tucking in the back. There's technically no back to these containers because we walk by these from all directions. So I kind of have to make sure they look good all the way around. So other than watering it in today, that's pretty much it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's going to be fun to see how these grow, and the whole reason I'm putting these everywhere so I can share my experience with you guys. I want you to know, how they did for me, how they performed in all these situations. So this one will be a fun one to update later. With caladiums, they do the best above 65 degrees, which we are definitely above that still. And then once it gets below 50 degrees, that's when they kind of stop growing. They'll just kind of stay the size that they are at that point. And then at that point is when you start thinking about getting them dug up and stored for the winter. So anyway, I think we still have quite a number of weeks maybe to see some growth on these. So basically I'm going to do the same exact thing with this one, and then we will show you what it looks like. They're all done. Erin, can you come on close on this so we can just show all of the detail? Because I think all of these textures are so beautiful together. So there's our scarlet flame, our beautiful purple ornamental cabbage, wire vine. That's such a beautiful, delicate texture. We've got the gold child ivy, which brings a nice bright pop over here. Then on this side, we've got the glacier ivy with the white, and then our asparagus fern, which I chose this one to go back here because I thought that the bright green against the wood was really pretty. As far as these pots go, I don't think I mentioned where they're from. We'll put it on the screen here, and if somebody can comment on how to phonetically say that word, I would be eternally grateful, because I've tried to pronounce it in multiple videos and probably butchered it. They're beautiful. They're from Unique Stone. We just put them here in this spot this spring, and I've been really happy with them. So anyway, I just thought you guys would like to see these planters go in. We will update you later. I do have one more development in the garden to share with you guys this morning. Follow me this way. So today is a big day. The line of oak trees that I have lamented about for the last 3.5 years are going to be removed today. You can see that some of them have something viral going on that's starting to slowly spread to the other ones, but really they're just really bad trees. So we're really excited to get them removed and replace them with something that doesn't have the same issues and something that we like a little better. These are a really, really old variety of oak, and when fall rolls around, they don't even turn a pretty color. They go from green to brown dry leaves that stay on the trees all year long. And whenever we get any kind of breeze, there are leaves everywhere, and it looks like fall, even in the middle of summer. And then we'll have, a nice, beautiful blanket of snow. If a little wind comes along, there's a nice layer of brown leaves on top of the snow. I'm just, part of me is sad. I don't love to remove stuff, but I'm excited to put something here that we love, that turns beautiful fall color, that doesn't hold on to its leaves all year long, and then something that just looks a little bit better than what we've got going on here. So this is our before. We will definitely be doing an after. We'll do a garden tour and show you guys what it looks like, because it's going to dramatically change the feel and look of our garden over here, but I think it will be for the better. I'll feel a little bit shocked and a little bit sick probably for a day or two after they're out, and then I will be able to kind of, I think, revisualize this space, maybe redefine the lines a little bit differently. It is an exciting thing in the end. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys a before shot, and then yeah, we'll be back with an after soon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.